All right. Hello, I'm Mr. Pule, your instructor. This is the general orientation for the entire fall 24 classes, all three of them that I'm teaching. So welcome back to Carl Albert State College. I'm going to leave my kisser up here short and small. You won't see it very well, but you'll see it plenty. So we're going to get started if my computer works. All right, this is the general orientation, which cover things that apply to all your classes you have with me. Okay, all three of them, one of them, two of them, or three of them, whatever it is. There's also a specific orientation for each class, which covers that class only. So you need to watch those. This one is going to be longer than the other two because this covers more stuff. All right. Be sure to watch them both, though. Don't call me about questions if you haven't watched both of them. Believe me, I'll know. You know how many times have people call me and say, oh, what do these numbers mean after this thing? You know, all this stuff. So did you look at the orientation? No. Well, look at it. You'll know. It's the idea. So look at read through these orientations. I hope they're not too boring. So why are you here? Okay. Because you enrolled at least one of these classes: Introduction to Fire Science, which you just call Fire Science; Intro to Hazardous Materials and Waste, or HAZMAT; Ergonomics and Human Factors, usually call ergonomics or simply ergo. Again, I'm a Superior instructor. You can find more about me by watching my video, How I Became a Safety Professional and My Ocean Experience. This video covers many of the on-the-job accidents and incidents I've seen and my encounters with ocean inspections and that type of thing. It's available in all three classes, and it's the same. It's 39 minutes in all three classes. So if you viewed it in one, you don't have to view it in the other. Of course, you enjoyed it so much. I hope you do. Anyhow, it's very informative, so please read it. I thought about making it a class, but and I might do that. But right now, you're all free to just watch it. Be sure to view it at least once because there are a lot of good stuff in it, right? Okay, I don't have office hours at Carl Albert, but I am rarely available by phone or text at 918-839-6990, a number you're going to find all over the place. Or email me at rwpuhl@carlalbert.edu. I could come to the Poto campus to meet with you if need be, or once in a while I'll meet somebody at a neutral site off-site somewhere if we need to. But if we need to communicate, we'll figure out how. So you are now officially an adult, and I commend you on your decision to pursue higher education. I didn't have that opportunity when I was your age. I wish I did, so you're way ahead of me right now. The path to success is simple and similar to what it takes to be successful at your job. Do the work, do it on time, and do it well. Students who do the work will most likely get a good grade. Don't think that because this is an online course, you can take it easy. If you do, you will fail. If you're not willing to commit the time and effort to each class you take, I suggest you rethink your path. Okay, when I say work, refers to assignments, tests, quizzes, exams, etc. Basically, everything you have to submit for your grade. When I say work, that's what I'm talking about. All right, there's quiz, tests, exams. There's 4 types of work in my classes. Quiz is an essay type test, but only requires a relatively short answer on an entire essay. But they changed it this year, the terminology in Blackboard Ultra. Test is a multiple choice type of test. Usually those are just the midterms and finals. There's some that are in one class that has fire science, I believe, has tests at the end of each chapter. So those are multiple choice. Exam, I only use that term for midterm and final, but they're multiple choice, same as a test. But I use the term exam to, they're midterm and finals. Assignment is usually a report or a paper to submit. Altogether, I refer to these as simply as work. Okay, the following graph you're going to see is grades earned versus percent of work completed. The Y, or the vertical axis, going like this, shows the grade, and the X, or the horizontal axis, shows the percent of work completed. This data is a composite of 3 online classes in the fall 22, but I think it holds true no matter what. It clearly shows that if you submit 63% of the assignments, you're probably going to fail. But if you submit at least 84%, you're probably going to get at least a C or a D. So let's take a look at it a little bit. All right. Now, the X-axis is the one going up on the left, on the side. And that is, excuse me, that's the Y-axis. I messed up already. That's the Y-axis. The X-axis, and it's linear. It goes from 0 to 120 because you can get more than 100, believe it or not. For 2 reasons. Okay, you can get a grade more than 100 because there are some extra credit assignments you do, And if you do really good, even on one question, if you knock it out of the park or add to it, you'll get more than the required number of points. All the questions are 10, but if you add some to it or really explain it very well, I can give you 12, 13, 14. And also for assignments, they're usually 100. If you knock it out of the park, you can get more than that. So anyhow, the x-axis or the vertical axis along the bottom is not linear. In other words, it doesn't increment. Each increment is not the same. It just shows the percentage of work completed by each student. You can notice at the right-hand side there that there are a few that are at 100%. Let's just say one on one, it's 100%. So notice the big difference at 83%, and then it jumps 63%, and then it jumps to 84%. That's the gap. Nobody had something in there, all right? And that's pretty simple why. These are the people that failed the class. Those are the people that passed the class pretty much. So you can see that if you do at least 63% of the work, you're going to fail. If you do 84% of the work, you have a pretty good chance of passing. If you do 100% of the work, you got a very good chance of passing. So the schedule here is pretty simple. There are 16 weeks of instruction broken down into 16 modules. Sometimes each module is a chapter in the book, but not always. When we say a module is open, that means it's available to students, and I'll let you figure out what closed means. All modules for the entire course, except the midterm and final, are available to students from day one, August 14th, 2024. This means you can work as far ahead as you want to. On August 25th, Module 1 will close. Then one module will close each week, but except for the first and last weeks, you'll have at least 2 weeks to complete the module. And all module closings take place at midnight on a Sunday. We hope this makes it clear as to what expected. So in other words, on day one, it's all there. Module 1 doesn't have a lot in it, and module 16 doesn't have a lot in it to make up for the time that you don't have to spend on them. But so you can work as far ahead as you want. If you know you're going to go on vacation or whatever, something's going to come up, you can get ahead of time. Some people just go ahead and do it all and get it done. That's fine. If you see the spring 2004, but it's a typo, 2024 semester calendar in module 0, it shows the closing dates of each module. These dates are also shown in the module heading, so there's no excuse about not knowing when they close. This gives you, those of you who want to work ahead, the opportunity to do so. You should finish all the work for a module before the Sunday night that closes, so you won't let the work pile up and have to hurry through it. No doubt lowering your grade. It's obvious to me that work turned in on Sunday night is not as good as work turned in earlier. Believe me, I see that all the time. I look at this person who's usually pretty good, and they're turning this assignment in on Sunday night, and they're skipping questions and everything else, and it's usually far inferior work done on Sunday night. There's a fall 2024 semester calendar, module 0. It shows the due date for each module. There you go. Module 0 and everything in it will be available throughout the semester. So module 0 just stays open all the time. Each course has a course outline, which is also available in module 0 all the time. It shows what is in each module and contains the same information as the instructor comments that are in each module. It's a good idea to download it and print it, and you can use it to plan your work. And I'll show you, we'll get onto that in a little bit. So you can look at that and say, okay, I got this coming up next week. Maybe you have something going on. You want to get ahead a little bit. Or maybe you just have maybe half an hour free time. Do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at this video or that video? You can do that. So notice in the course outline, some items are in red. These are the work items that you must turn in. They're also numbered. Very simply, the module number dot the work. So that's how we refer to them when we need to. So instead of saying, oh, you know, that quiz about so-and-so, I go on about this, just say, okay, quiz 3.2 or whatever it is. And now I'll know exactly what it is. So that's why they're numbered. So this is just the module from one of our economics class in 2023, just to give an example. Okay, the video runtime is shown here on videos. That's 11 minutes, 29 seconds, 14:47, 14:24. Give you an idea. So if you have a half an hour to spend, maybe you can fit 2 of these videos in or something like that. This video is 43 minutes, so you might want to make sure you have the better part of an hour before you watch that video. So they vary from a couple minutes to an hour or so. Now, quizzes have the 10 questions, 100 points. All right. The tests, 30 questions, 120 points. Tells you how many questions, how many points. And this is an assignment. Tells you how many points. on each one. The idea is not to throw a bunch of stuff at you, but let you know what's happening. I'm trying to give you as much information as I can. You're taking this class and I think you ought to know it. So each work item will have some numbers, letters, and square brackets after them. The code is simple. Q is the number of questions. P is the number of points. Quizzes will have both. Assignments will have the points only. If something is a PDF file or some such, it may have a short description that's this PDF file, 2 pages. Videos will have the runtime shown. Again, these are there to help you plan your time and let you know what's going on. Here's another look at things after there's things we just explained. You can see here's what we want you to do. This, you read the chapter, watch this video/PowerPoint. Video/PowerPoint mean that's me talking to you over a PowerPoint, just like I'm doing here. And then this is what Anthropometry Workplace Design. That's video from Stack. You can see Ms. Stack is the author of the book, so that's really good stuff. And the rest is the red stuff here are your assignments. You notice I failed to put an assignment number on that one, but that's old. I'm not going to mess with it. Each module will usually contain at least one video/PowerPoint, which is a PowerPoint presentation like this one with me talking to you about it. You need to view each one of those. Although it may not cover everything that may appear on the test or quizzes, it'll cover much of it. And I just might emphasize things that I think important or not to be on the test. Don't fall into the trap that because this course is online, it will be easy. When taking a test or quiz, read the question. I can't say that often enough or loud enough. Many times students lose points because they do one of two things. They give a perfectly good answer, but just not to the question asked. Or more frequently, don't answer completely. For example, a question might be, what is OSHA and what does it do? They'll answer, OSHA is an acronym for both the Occupational Safety and Health Act and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is true for the first part of that question, and they'll stop. And this is the 2-part question. It says, what is OSHA and what does it do? Well, you have to define what is OSHA, but you haven't said what it does. So you're going to lose half of that. So losing grade points. Again, read the question, answer it completely. Blackboard, be sure you're using Google Chrome as your browser. Blackboard doesn't like anything else. I learned from this from personal experience. When I first started teaching online classes, I bought the computer I'm using right now, this Dell, just to use for that. I had another computer, and so I had 2 of them going, and I realized on one computer I could get, on my old computer I was getting everything, but on a new computer I couldn't get everything, and I wasn't using Chrome. I was using whatever. I was just trying out whatever came with it, and so I learned pretty quickly if I went to Blackboard, it all worked. If I went to another browser, not so sure. So use Google Chrome as your browser. All of my courses are in Blackboard Ultra, so they may look a little different from last year or from your other courses, but don't worry, it's not that different. If you're seeing this PowerPoint, you're probably somewhat familiar with this part of Blackboard. This is at the top of the stack of modules. I say stack of modules because you look at them, they're all on top of each other. Okay, you don't have to start here every time you log on. It's just the one at the beginning, just the beginning of the course for stuff you need before your course studies. You'll notice that the next module is Module 0, contains stuff you'll need in the course and is available through the whole course. This is your syllable, stuff like that, but 0 is the stuff that I put in there. Blackboard grading is accurate only if you're caught up. It grades only the work that you have completed. So it does not include any zeros you may have until the instructor puts them in as zeros. And I certainly hope I don't have to put any zeros in for anybody, because a 0, if you know anything about mathematics, what a 0 it does in a set of numbers to an average. So be sure you can access your CASA email with no problems. If you can't, contact IT or somebody you know that can help. There's a series of student resource videos which are very helpful, especially if this is your first year. You can find them here. I'm not going to read that whole thing. Communication. Pay attention to announcements and emails. Announcements are the way the instructors communicate with all the students at once. Announcements will also be sent to your CASC email address. When an announcement is sent out, it is your responsibility to read it and act accordingly. Grading quizzes. Quizzes are all essay-type questions, and each question is worth 10 points. Short is a relative term here, more or less. It's not an essay, but it may be more than one sentence. Sometimes it's just fill in the blank. So it used to be, they used to call it short answer. Why they changed it to essay, I don't know. Maybe because it made too much sense. Grading written assignments. Written assignments are assignments that are written. Duh. All written assignments are 100 points, except there may be a short one in module 1. On occasion, if you nail it and go above beyond, I will grade them over 100 points. I'm not afraid of giving out extra points if you earn it. When taking a quiz or a test doing an assignment, here's your 3 short tips to follow. Read the question. Number 1. Read the question. Number 2. Read the question. Number 3. That's the one area that students lose the most points. Read them. If you're not willing to commit the time and effort needed to complete the courses you have chosen, perhaps you need to rethink your goals. Parting thoughts. Although the student is one that has to do the work, the instructor is an important part of your education. Do not hesitate to call or contact me if you have a question or a problem. It's my job. Do not wait until it's too late. In other words, if a module is closed on Sunday night and it's Saturday and you have a problem with it, don't send me an email. I might not look at that very often, or even a text. Call me. It's not a problem. That's what I'm supposed to be. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. So don't hesitate to call me, all right? Be sure you have viewed both the general and specific orientation before you call me. So don't ask me a question about what's in there. So what happens if you get behind? All right. Life happens. I know that. Maybe your job required a lot of overtime. You had pressing family issues. You were sick, whatever. As long as this is a good reason, you shouldn't just get lazy. So it's not the end of the world. Call me or text me. I can reopen the module for you, and it might cost you 10% or more of your grade, depending how late your work is turned in. But it's better than getting a 0, believe me. So call me, try to get it done on time. If you can't, and I have to reopen it for you, I'll do it. All right. That's just, I'll cooperate with you. We're not here to fail you. We're here to help you pass. Okay. So what we're going to do. Again, I'm not one of those instructors who brags about how tough my classes are and how few students pass. That's not the way to do it. So read the book, do all the assignments, and do them to the best of your ability, and you'll probably pass this class. I'd say the majority of my students get A's in my classes. The ones that do all the work and do it well, obviously, are going to get A's or B's. But so I won't leave you with good luck, because luck has nothing to do with success. It's up to you. Do the work, do it well, turn it in on time, you'll be fine. If you have a problem, have a question, this is new, this is Blackboard Ultra, so it's a little new to you and to me. Call me. Don't hesitate to call me. So that is it for this orientation. So again, I'm Mr. Puhl. You probably won't see me on campus because I don't come there very often. You might see me out in the supermarket or somewhere. That might be. But if you want to meet up with me in person just for kicks, let me know. We'll meet down at Carl Albert somewhere. Go have a hamburger somewhere. It'll be fun. I'll buy you lunch. So anyhow, that's it for the general orientation. Be sure to check out the specific orientation for each class.